This man was tied up in the snow for a day and a night, just because he punched the warden. The inmates looked at George, who was shivering with cold, and took off their clothes to keep him warm. They also gave him water and food. In this cold prison, there was a warm glow at this time, and George no longer felt cold. Soon the warden found them, so he called everyone outside and asked the nosy people to stand up. As a result, everyone stood up, which directly frightened the warden and moved George. Markov learned that George was punished and hurried to the prison, scolded the warden, and then apologized to George in person and told him he would be released if he had another fight with Boyka. George knew he had no other choice, so he made a request, asking Markov to give each prisoner in the prison a down jacket. Later, the old man found George wearing a down jacket and said he could help him train. According to him, Boyka was best at attacking with his legs, and so far, all the games he won were basically won by the power of his legs. As long as Boyka was not allowed to use his legs, he could win the game. After a period of training, the game finally began. There was no longer only Boyka's shouting in the audience, but more people shouted George's name. Boyka saw George's steps and had doubts in his heart. As the bell rang, the two officially started fighting. George was obviously well prepared and did not give Boyka the opportunity to use his legs. This did work. In the first round, Boyka had no advantage at all. After a rest, the second round started. Boyka changed his tactics and approached George. He seized the opportunity to subdue him. Soon, George fell into a disadvantage. Boyka suppressed him and gained the upper hand. Fortunately, the round ended, and George's leg was saved. Then the old man told George that if he didn't win the game, he would never get out of prison. George was instantly ignited. He used his fists to hit Boyka's legs head-on. The situation was reversed. Boyka was beaten without any resistance. Finally, George seized the opportunity. He broke Boyka's leg directly and ended his winning streak. Everyone cheered for him. Markov made a fortune again. Then he released George as agreed and gave him a bonus. George did not go home immediately after receiving the bonus. Instead, he found the warden and bribed him to release the old man.